Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. All right, for past energy, we have the Three of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords. For current energies, we have the Three of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands. There she is. And for future energies, we have the Star and we have the Queen of Cups. And then at the bottom of the deck, what you don't see is coming towards you. We have Seven of Cups, which is lots of possibilities, right? Lots of possibilities. Lots going on, lots coming in, lots to think about, lots to process. It could be that something may be overwhelming, but I feel like it opens up the doors to a lot of possibilities and opportunities, and it's like seeing that you have more options than what you're thinking that you have, right? Because sometimes we feel like, oh, well, I don't really have any options. But then sometimes when we let go of things or we see things from a different perspective, we're like, oh, wow, I have a lot more opportunities than what I was thinking. All right, so for past energy, we have the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So I feel like that's kind of, you got rid of some negative energy. Like there was, obviously, Three of Swords is feeling stabbed, feeling hurt, feeling let down, heartache. Seven of Swords is somebody is being deceptive, somebody is being sneaky, somebody was not who you thought they were. We have the fox there. So I feel like it's kind of, you've, in the past, like you've, for some reason, I just had this energy that you accepted this type of behavior in the past, but you don't do that anymore. Like maybe this is something that you kind of had a blind eye to those red flags, that you let people, you know, do things that were not the best, or you accepted bad behavior, or you just let things slide, you let things go. But I feel like with this present energy, right, where we have the Three of Pentacles and we have the Ace of Wands, it's like, I'm not taking that anymore, right? I'm not accepting Three of Swords and Seven of Swords. I'm not accepting that energy anymore. I'm not dealing with it. I'm working on, you know, seeing those red flags and doing something about those red flags. Or it could just be, this could be some energy that you've finally worked on and you've let go of because you've realized, hey, I'm not going to let this energy control me. I'm not going to let this energy stop me. I'm not going to let this energy take over, you know, 90% of what it is I'm thinking about or I'm worrying about, or, you know, I'm not going to let that energy control me anymore. For future energies, we have the Star and we have the Queen of Cups, and I feel like it's an emotional new beginning, right? It's a new feeling, a new, like having hope, and then that opens up the door to so many opportunities because you've let go of this Three of Swords and this Seven of Swords, and it's like, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. I'm not going to accept that behavior, right? I'm not going to let that keep swirling around in my head. I'm going to let that go. You're working on it right now. And by working on it now, this is where it leads you to, is the Star and the Queen of Cups, is new emotions, new feelings, feeling lighter, feeling happier, feeling freer, right? That you're opening the door to fill this space that this was taking up with some positive energy, right? All right, so we've got the Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. So what is this Three of Swords? Okay. We have the Two of Pentacles, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like it's, I feel like you were counting down the days. You were counting down the days until you're like, okay, I'm over this. I'm done with it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. You know, realizing that, hey, this isn't the energy that I want to be in, and taking it one day at a time. Like that's the process that you took, because having to get past that energy and learn a new thought process, a new thought pattern, that takes some time, right? Sometimes we feel like we're moving forward, but then we fall back. So it's like, okay, wait, you know, if you're feeling off balance, like pull yourself back together and realize, okay, yeah, I've got to move past this energy. I don't want to deal with this energy. I don't want this energy to hold me back. And I feel like you kind of came into that realizing that, this energy is holding me back, and I'm putting myself in this energy, right? Even though you weren't the one who hurt yourself, right? It could be that, this happened with someone else, somebody else stabbed you in your heart, somebody let you down, or you had to let go of something that, maybe you thought that it was going to work out, but you're the one that decided to move on, you decided to move away. Whatever this Three of Swords and this Seven of Swords represents for you, is it Seven of Swords? Yeah. Whatever that represents for you, that you kind of realized, hey, this energy is holding me back. I'm kind of realizing that me being in this energy is really holding me back. I've had time to process it. I've had time to let it go, but I'm realizing that it's holding me back. And I feel like, you kind of came to that Eight of Swords energy where you're like, I know it's time for me to move on and I have to do something about it. So this is where you are right now, is this Three of Pentacles and this Queen of Wands, is where it's like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to accept this kind of behavior. If this is somebody who keeps coming back into your life, you're like, this energy is draining me. It's holding me back from feeling like I can move forward. And I feel like your eyes just kind of open to that and you realize, hey, I don't want to deal with that. And you're working on that. And like I said before, sometimes, like it's a work in progress, that it's, sometimes we feel like we're 2 steps forward and then we're like 3 steps back. But still, I feel like it's forward progress, because you've recognized that this energy is what's holding you back. And this is what you want to move away from. Look at that. We have there she is again, the Queen of Wands. We have 2 Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Wands I feel like is somebody, now this could be 2 different things here. I was just feeling this energy, that it could be that the energy that you are moving away from is somebody who is controlling, somebody who is manipulating, somebody who is selfish, somebody who is, kind of the negative sides of the Queen of Wands. But I also feel like it can be the positive side of the Queen of Wands, in that she's not somebody who's going to deal with bad behavior. She's not somebody who's going to, accept less than, right? She's somebody who is feisty and she's fiery and she's, not going to stand for things. And I feel like that's what you're coming into, is that energy of like, you're not going to let this energy control you, or to be so absorbed in that energy, right? Love it. The Six of Wands, standing up, victory, success, realizing things. I'm not going to let this person bother me anymore. I'm not going to let this energy bothering me anymore. Feeling like you conquered this energy, right, from the past. That you finally moved on from it. Look at, I love it. Sun card, feeling happy. You're feeling better, like you're feeling more motivated now. You're feeling more energetic. You're feeling like you can handle things. And being able to handle this situation, I feel, kind of stockpiles that energy into that, well, I can handle other things, right? So for future energies, we have the Star and the Queen of Cups. High Priestess, love it, coming into your own and listening to yourself more. Maybe before you didn't listen to those red flags, right? Your inner energy was saying red flags, and then you were just ignoring those. And you're like, no, you are making excuses for people's bad behavior, or you're like, oh, it'll get better, or now you're like, future energy, you're coming into that, okay, I'm going to listen to myself, because myself was right. Myself was warning me. Being more in touch with your emotions and your feelings, right? And acknowledging those and then acting on those accordingly. Perfect. King of Wands. The King of Wands is somebody who's very wise, and he learns from things from the past. And I feel like this future energy is that you're learning on how to handle these situations and how to see these situations and how to deal with these situations. But I also feel like it's coming into that energy of, okay, if I put myself into this situation, then I have to be responsible for my own actions, right? I have to be responsible for my own actions. I can't always put that on somebody else. Yes, they contribute to a situation, but if we choose to keep ourselves into a situation that it does not make us happy, then we have to take responsibility for our own actions. And I feel like this future energy is that you kind of realize that, like you're coming into that, yeah, you know what? I did keep myself in that situation too long, or I did ignore those red flags, and I did stay in that situation too long. And not that you should beat yourself up or be angry with yourself, because you should be proud of yourself, because now this future energy, you're finally able to see that, you're finally able to recognize that. We do the best that we can in situations, and at the time we feel like we're making the best choices. But sometimes when we move away from that and it's not turning out to be positive, that we kind of realize, okay, maybe that wasn't the best situation, that wasn't the best choices, but at the time I did the best that I could do. And it's not about beating yourself up about those things that you had done, but it's like patting yourself on the back to be able to recognize and learn from that, and to move on from that, and to not accept that moving forward, right? Knight of Swords, and he's got the eagle is there, and he's got a firm grip on that sword and saying, yeah, like, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. Moving forward, I'm feeling more stronger, and I'm feeling confident, and and thinking about situations. If you feel something is off, if you feel something isn't right, that you're kind of going to think about it a little bit more, that you're going to really analyze the situation and see, is, again, is this something that I want to be involved in? Is this something that I want to deal with? Is this something that I want to keep myself in this energy? So having that, with relationships, or maybe it's some current relationships that you're having different thoughts about, different feelings about. You're seeing things from a different perspective, and there's adjustments that you have to make within that relationships. But I feel like this process here, and learning this and coming into your own and making different decisions because you're seeing things differently, I feel like that opens up a lot more opportunities, but it kind of makes you think about things more. And that's a good thing, because you want to think about things and make sure that you're making the choices that are best for you. All right, so what's at the bottom of the deck? Love that. I love it. Perfect. Page of Pentacles. Pages is young energy, those new feelings, this is a new process for you. This is a new thought pattern for you, but it's for the positive. It's for the good, because you're choosing things that are better for you, that are good for you, especially with this sun, the Six of Wands and the Sun card right there. Good decisions, better decisions. Are we always going to make 100% perfect decisions for ourselves? No. We're going to do those things and we're like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Or why did I say that? Or, why did I, we're always going to have these things that we're learning and we're growing from. But if we see them from that perspective of how can I learn and grow from this situation, or how can I move on, or how can I make this better, and being able to look at it that way rather than just accepting things that don't make us happy, and being in that Three of Swords and that Seven of Swords energy, and that we don't want to be there anymore. What are those changes and things that we can do to make that differently? And it's just handling things different. And that's growing, and that's learning, and that's evolving, and that's changing, and that's wanting better for yourself, and, having, just each day being more positive and good. Are we going to have those struggles? Yeah, we are going to, but maybe they don't affect us as much as they did before, and they don't hold us back, and they don't make us clam up and close up and just not want to deal with them. Sometimes facing those things, right? Facing those challenges and taking them on head on and saying, okay, yeah, I accomplished it. I did it. I got through it. It wasn't fun. I didn't like it, but I dealt with it. And I'm so glad that I did, rather than in the past where I would just kind of keep sweeping it under the rug, and then it would just build up, and I'd have that anxiety and stress about it because I knew it was something that I had to deal with. But now you're getting it out of the way, and again, you're freeing up that space to focus on things that make you happy and are more positive. All right, so let's get a fortune reading card. I love it. I love it. I love the learning, the process, seeing this process here, learning, growing, becoming wiser, making better decisions, feeling happier. That's what I want, is I want people to be able to enjoy life and enjoy their days, and, be in a happier place. Not to say that maybe you aren't, but, just that learning and growing process. I love that. All right, Lion, look at that harness. the loyal and protective aura of the lion, and charge ahead magnificently. Building that confidence. Confidence is extremely important in life, you know, in so many different areas. And feeling like you can handle those challenges, feeling like you can get through things, patting yourself on your back, making sure that you reward yourself for those efforts that you made. You have to tell yourself, good job, right? You have to do that for yourself and let yourself know that, you know, you're doing a good job. And I feel like that's really important. And I feel like that helps you to feel better in your own skin, and helps you to, sometimes we like to say a lot of negative things about ourselves, but we need to stop that. We need to turn that around, and we need to make sure that we're always telling ourselves positive things, you know, that we're uplifting ourselves, and that we're there for ourselves, and we're strong for ourselves, and to know that we can get through things, and we're stronger than we think we are. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.